I'm Mary Kay Baum and am co-chair and appreciate your tolerance with me. We have significant health issues in our family right now. I've been closely connected with Wisdom and the programs that they do on criminal justice. Wisdom is a member. I'm not officially representing them here today, but they have been, I have a personal connection because I have relatives by marriage who have experienced prison in very bad ways, and so I was very involved in last fall's assembly, and I just want us to keep working on that. There's many ways, and it does usually get covered very well by Judy in our notices. Because I have been in municipal office a number of times, I'm also very concerned about the way our state taxes do not go to the local level like they were meant to when Wisconsin created the first state income tax. And now we're one of the ones that sends the least back to the local communities. Fair maps is probably what I've done the most in, and represent this organization at their meetings. I am also a member of, which is not a member of our of Wisconsin Network for Peace and Justice yet, our Wisconsin Revolution, and so some of these things overlap with that group too. The other thing I want to mention is I thought the Madison Sister City project with Arcatao would join, and probably will. It's been they're in a very hectic situation right now, and I only became aware of this recently, and I think it's important for all of us to know, and that is that well, we were back in the 60s and 70s. Our Sister City project was instrumental in ending the war there. Lots of the war we helped end, and that was by actually having contact with a small community, but it meant that it impacted all of El Salvador. And by bringing back information, our goal was to find out, to be present, and they felt safer when we were there, and we went at least annually, but they felt safer in between because they knew that when we come back, that we would document what the extreme military was doing, that disappeared children and all terrible things that had long-term impact when those children did not get returned. And but by bringing that back and exposing the numbers of people and clergy and others who were assassinated, or hamlets that were just bombed for no reason except targeting peasants and children, that by bringing that information back to the United States, and having it as a firsthand kind of story, that impacted the United States, stopped its huge amounts of military aid personnel that they were using there. What most of us don't know is that over time, some of the agreements that were reached are being violated now, the agreements in the settlement. And that's why I feel this kind of action is also important today. There's a settlement, say in Ukraine, monitors to bring that up. What is happening right now is that 4 men who were involved and were successful in getting the mining, the really worst kind of mining on the hills in El Salvador. They were part of very active and visible part of that, have been arrested for what they did 30 years ago, after the agreements were signed. But I mean, yeah, not the agreements were signed more recently, and well, I'm saying it wrong. The agreements were already in effect, that they can't go back and try to put somebody in prison for things that were done that the current administration doesn't like. So that's what I wanted to bring up in terms of what other organizations, they have been, such as Say Project has been a part of this group in the past. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, America.